Hello, it's Katie from Golden Palettes, and I'm introducing your newest activity. So in your bag, you're going to have a silhouette, a stencil of kind of a palm tree that's just floating there, and some flowers and the sun. And the idea is you're going to create your own landscape. We're kind of with the idea that it's going to go in a frame afterwards, and you're going to have a some tape on there that creates a window. So you're going to create your own small window scene, which I think is a really neat idea because you can just hang it on the wall and it just looks like you're looking out onto the beach. So you're going to have a lot of choices to make. So for example, the tree's just floating here. Now, depending on whether you could be sitting or standing looking out your window, the water line where the ocean is could be a little farther back, depending on how far it is from your view. So you're creating this however you want to. It's personalized. So you can add if the tree's in the foreground, you can add the water a little farther back, and a little less sky, or you could bump it up and just kind of put it behind the flowers and the palm tree. So in this one, as you can see, there's also another addition to make it a little more window-like. And this is a cutout that's kind of in the shape of a flower box. And you can see there's one in here. And what I did is, it's already brown. You put some green on there, and there's a few, you know, just to give it a little volume, there's a few of those colored baby's breath. And I suggest you cut off the stems because you don't want it too leggy. And you can glue some in there, but I suggest you paint some flowers as well, and just put the little baby's breath in at the end just to give it a little volume, because even once you press it in the glass, you're going to be able to see that it kind of sticks out from the rest of the stuff. It looks really cool. However, if you decide you don't want the window box, feel free to take it out, and you can just create a lot of foreground flowers that look like it's just coming up to the window, and that would be really cool too. I just wanted you to have that little touch if you wanted to try something different. Obviously the flowers closer to the window are going to be bigger. But if you want to create some little dots of color and flowers and green and stuff here, you can create a nice light color for the sand. Let me jump back just a little bit. So for the very first step, just to get the sky in, because usually that takes up the largest part of the painting, and you really do want to kind of go from background to foreground when you're painting. So the very first thing that you want to do is get that very light blue and just a little bit of it, and mix it with some white, and get your brush wet. So there's a little water on your brush, and that's going to just thin out the paint a tiny bit. Remember, not a crazy amount of water, because you are painting on paper, and it's meant to hold paint, but at the same time, if you just wash it out with straight water, it's going to get a little warped. But it shouldn't be too bad. But anyway, when you start brushing on that light blue, and you can actually brush it over the stencil. It's so light, you're going to see the stencil perfectly. And that's a quick way just to get that sky in. And after that, you just go and start with the details of the trunk and the palms and whatever flowers and sand you want to put in there. So I think a nice tropical look and just use as many colors as you want. You can even get the lavender or some purple in there, or some orange. Mixed in with red and yellow flowers. I think that could be a really pretty tropical beach scene for your window. So again, this is another sample. This one's not quite finished, but it just gives you an idea of where we're going with this, and I hope you enjoy it. See you soon.